You're set on a second battery in your vehicle, and with the help of the Supercheap Auto Battery Fundamentals series, you've selected the best components for the job. Now it's time to wire it up. Everything you need to get the best out of your system is right here in this video. Our first setup, suitable for under-bonnet installations on most vehicles prior to 2010, uses a voltage sensing relay, otherwise known as a VSR. These are often purchased as a kit, including the correct size wiring and all the ring terminals you'll need. However, some VSRs are supplied without a wiring kit. You'll have to purchase some extras to make it work for you. For a full charge to your new battery, you'll need to calculate the correct cable gauge. A wire gauge calculator can easily be found online. Enter the length of cable you require and the amp rating of your VSR to determine the cable diameter needed to carry the load. Mount your VSR high up. The firewall is a common location. Basic VSR wiring should look like this, needing only 3 wires connected. Main battery power, second battery power, and a much smaller earth wire for the VSR's internal functions. Now, onto your DC charger. This is what you'll need for many later models or cargo area installations. Wiring one should look like this, with power from the main battery entering the charger through one cable and heading to the auxiliary battery after being converted for the best possible charge. There'll also be an earth cable for the unit, possibly a solar power input, and a trigger wire. This trigger wire is important for smart alternator vehicles. Tap this into an ignition feed to ensure your auxiliary battery only charges while the engine is running. Mount your DC charger as close to the auxiliary battery as possible. This ensures less potential for voltage drop and delivers maximum charge. They don't like heat either, so keep it away from the exhaust with as much airflow as possible. Check the user manual for the recommended cable diameter and plan the lengths needed for your install. So now you understand how the wiring works, you may need to grab a few extras to complete your installation. Pick up enough cable lugs to terminate your cables. A DC charger installation will require circuit breakers or fuses at both batteries as well. Cable ties, corrugated split tubing, heat shrink, electrical tape, a soldering iron and some solder will help you round out a perfect job. It's wise to leave the battery terminals disconnected throughout your install to prevent short circuits. Make sure all cable terminals are crimped tight with a lug crimper. These can be purchased or ordered at Supercheap Auto. Cable joins at a DC charger can be soldered or crimped and covered with heat shrink. Check out our How to Solder guide and do it like a pro. Wrap each cable with corrugated split tubing and heat shrink the terminal ends. Every piece of wiring should be secured as you go with cable ties. Finally, bolt up all the terminals, leaving the earth cables for both batteries till very last. Your VSR or DC charger should do nothing until the engine is running. To test its performance, check the user manual for the cut in voltage. With the engine running, your VSR should click in at this voltage, and a DC charger should display charging. Turn the engine off, and when the voltage drops to a preset level, your 2 batteries will be separated. For solar charging, trailer installations and much more, tune in to further episodes of the Supercheap Auto Battery Fundamentals series.